everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name's Leora and I talk about books, reading, writing and sometimes other stuff as well. I've just filmed an intro for another video and I thought it was a good time to also film an intro for my reading vlog that I'm going to film now as well because, you know, I'm sitting here anyway and I've got some exciting reads to talk about, so let's just get into it. Okay, so first and foremost, I've been buying some books again recently. I absolutely shouldn't. My shelves are literally overflowing. I've got so many books, but now I've got even more. So I'll first show you guys the books that I've recently gotten. So the first one is A Natural History of Dragons, a memoir by Lady Trent. And I've also immediately started reading this one. I'm on page, oh, I just flipped that right out of there. My own bookmark, which you can buy in my online shop if you wanna, you know. It's really cute. I highly recommend you check my shop out. Self-promo. And it's basically a sort of cozy fantasy-esque read. I know I'm not reading anything else right now, but it's not as cozy as some of the other ones I've read, but it's definitely really good. I'm adoring it so far. So it's about Lady Trent, and it's basically a fictional memoir of her life as like a dragon researcher, which I think is so cool because I love memoirs, and the fact that I sort of made it like fantasy themed and fictional is just so interesting. The point where I am now, we've read about like her childhood and her relationship to her parents, and then when she gets married and, you know, her relationship to her partner, and so far that's been absolutely wonderful. There's this one line, she's trying to go on like this research trip full of dragons because she wants to learn more about dragons, but there's also sexism in this world, and her husband is like, oh, I would be a fool to let you go on this trip, and then he says something along the lines of like, but I cannot bear to deny you. Yeah, I'm a sucker for cheesy historical lines, so, you know, loved it. Wonderful. So far I'm really enjoying this. The audiobook is also really good. I can't wait to dive further into this one, but there's another read that I'm focusing on first. I'll get back to that later because I first want to talk about some of the other books I've recently gotten. So the second book that I've recently gotten is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. If you've been on this channel for a while, you know that this is one of my favourite books, and I've owned it before at one point, but I've lost it, and I still don't know where it went. I think I probably just loaned it out to a friend or like my niece or something, and I just don't know where it went, but it never returned to me. And so I was like, I'll just buy it again, and you know, I want to support Dolly Alderton, it's fine. This is one of my favourite books. It's also a memoir. It's basically about Dolly Alderton's life, like in her 20s, not knowing what she's doing, female friendship, nights out. It's like a book filled with female joy and female friendship, and it's absolutely beautiful. You must read it. It's so good. But yeah, I just had to own it because it's one of my favorite books, you know, so that's why I rebought it. And then yesterday when I was at the station, I saw this book, and this is one that had been on my radar for a while. The cover is absolutely stunning. The back of it as well is just one of the most beautiful books I've ever seen, and loads of you guys have recommended it to me as well in my comments, so I wanted to pick it up so badly. And that is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. I'm not sure if I'm saying encyclopedia right. Encyclopedia? Literally, I've been sat here trying to say that for like 3 minutes now and I just can't do it. But in Dutch, you say encyclopedie, so I think it's probably something like encyclopedia? Encyclopedia. Oh, God. Anyway, this book is absolutely stunning. Have you seen the cover? It's so beautiful. Literally one of the most beautiful covers I've ever owned. Obsessed with it. If I ever write a fantasy novel and it is not this pretty, then I'll be upset. You know, I'll be so upset. So all I really know about this is that it's also a scholar, but then one like sort of researching fairies. So it sounds very similar to the dragon book, but then with fairies. And one of my friends described it as sort of a cozy fantasy meets Emily Henry. And that just sounds like everything I need in my life because Emily Henry is one of my favorite authors of all time. I love her romances, and then cozy fantasy is like my genre. It's something I absolutely adore. So really excited to read this. One of the lines on the back says, a curmudgeonly professor journeys to a small town in the far north to study fairy folklore and discovers dark magic, friendship and love in this heartwarming and enchanting fantasy. Oh my god, it sounds amazing. So I can't wait to dive into that. But I'm not picking it up straight away because I'm currently reading a romance, and this is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, which I'm also slightly hating. The deal with me in this book is basically that I think I read it at the wrong time because I'm such a mood reader, and when I read something not at like the exact moment I want to read it, that's when I usually don't enjoy it as much. But me and one of my close friends decided to do this thing where we read a book and like make annotations in it, and then we swap out the books. So I get to read her annotations on a book and then she gets to read mine. So she's currently reading this really weird book with like swingers in it. Not sure what's going on there, but there were a lot of smutty scenes and like weird stuff happening in that book is what she said to me. And I'm reading The Hating Game, and there's been points in this book where I'm really enjoying this, and there's been points where I've been like, really? But it's definitely been a lot of fun annotating this. I've made lots of silly notations and stuff that my friend can then read when she's picking up this book. This is basically an office romance, and we follow Lucy Hutton, who's like this quirky girl, and she works in an office. And then there's Joshua Templeman, and he's, you know, like the strict guy, and he's like hustling, and, you know, he's like straightforward office guy. And basically they're trapped together in an office, and they do like all of these games because they really hate each other. They're like sort of enemies. So it's basically enemies to lovers in an office setting, but there's also a weird love triangle thing going on, and I don't know. It's not been as wonderful as I was hoping it would be, but I have been enjoying it. So, you know, it's not a complete fail. It's mostly just a lot of fun, like sort of giving my stupid commentary on this book. So that's my little reading update. I'm off now to film the rest of the video I was originally filming, which is a bookshelf tour. So if it's online already, definitely go check it out. And yeah, then I'll get back to you guys later. I've done some very inconsistent filming over the past few days. I do have like a few good excuses. It was just a really weird couple of weeks for me. I had a family member funeral, then I went to Disneyland, I also had some concerts, I had some events with my web shop. That was just a lot of stuff going on. I've also started therapy again recently. That has been sort of an adjustment, being used to getting back into therapy again. I've been diagnosed with general anxiety disorder again, but I do have to say I'm still doing better than ever before, and the therapy is just like an extra help for me to manage the things I do struggle with even better. So I'm just really happy to have that extra support, and yeah, to have all my friends and family that are so wonderful and supportive of my mental health. And you know, I always hope that when I'm more open about this, that it doesn't feel weird, but that it more so normalizes having mental health struggles every now and then. For me, I've been quite stable the last few years. I'm just really happy, but I have really struggled in the past, and I still struggle from time to time because my anxiety is always there. It's just like there's been times where I was not able to cope and deal with it, and now I can deal with it better and better, and therapy is helping me like be supported in dealing with it even more. So I wanted to just briefly put that out there. But today I was like, you know what, I look cute. I've got my cute witchy outfit on. Also, I've got a really cute skirt on. I don't know if you could see. I'll show you a clip of it later. So I did feel like filming. I've been doing like some really nice cooking this morning. I'm making a sort of curry for my friend who's coming over tonight, and after that I have writing group again. But now let's give you guys a reading update because that's what you're here for. So I'm finally coming towards the end of The Hating Game. I feel like I'm struggling through this book. I'm not entirely sure why, because I'm definitely enjoying it. I think it's like a very fun sort of enemies to lovers thing that's going on. It's definitely funny, like I have to laugh like every other page. And I've been making lots of little notes for my friend Nina, who's gonna read it after me. And I definitely find myself very funny, so that's been entertaining to do. But I'm just still not really in the romance mood, so every time I read this I'm like, I don't want to read romance. And the best part is, after I finish this, I have to read the book that Nina read and that she annotated. And I'm not in the mood, but maybe, you know, maybe my mood will turn, so let's hope for the best. Right now it's all coming to a climax. literally and figuratively in this book though, so it's definitely been entertaining and interesting. And then I've not really made a lot of progress in A Natural History of Dragons. I did listen to the audiobook while we were driving to Disneyland and back for a bit, so I made a little bit of progress, and I've showed a bunch of my friends the illustrations in here because they're absolutely stunning, and I love when a book does illustrations. It's so cute. You know, because I listened to the audiobook for the first bit of this book, I wasn't aware there were illustrations in it. So it's really cool to have noticed that. So I'm just really excited for when this one is finished and I can finally focus on this mainly, because this is what I'm really like wanting to read right now. Then I've also started another Oscar Wilde book. So I'm listening to the audiobook of Oscar Wilde's play The Importance of Being Earnest, and it's been hilarious so far. I think listening to the audiobook for like classic plays is such a hack. Like, well, maybe it's not a hack because, you know, the thing is it's being performed like the way it was supposed to, because it's a play, it's not a book technically. And I think a lot of times when you read like the book adaptation, you know, it feels not done as a story because it should be interpreted as theatre, as a play. So I think the audiobook is doing an amazing job. I did also buy a physical copy, which I'm still waiting for because I want to sort of switch it up and maybe read along with the play as well to sort of grasp it better. But I'm definitely enjoying it, and I think Oscar Wilde is for sure becoming my favourite classics author, which is not surprising, but still, I never thought I'd like get into classics. So that's been a fun thing to see happening. I'll give a more in-depth update on like what The Earnest of Being Important is about and like stuff like that when the physical copy comes in, which I hope is soon. And now I'm gonna go back to work and live on my life, I guess. And since I promised to show you my outfit, I've got this blouse which I thrifted, and then this is also a thrifted necklace. These earrings are from Blackfish Utrecht. I got them for Christmas for my friends. And then my skirt is also thrifted. It's got like a really fun sort of thing going on at the bottom. And then these are my, we're not talking about my slippers. And I've tried to do sort of a curly girl hair method today. And as you can see, I have wavy hair, but it's a really weird and annoying form of wavy hair where I feel like it's not pretty. But you know, I still feel cute, so it's fine. So yeah, that was my little reading vlog update. Everyone, I'm here with the final reading update, and I haven't read a whole lot anymore in The Hating Game. I did get my book for The Earnest of Being Important in the mail. The Importance of Being Earnest. I did get it in the mail, but I got the wrong version, which I'm really frustrated about because the version I ordered was so beautiful. Either way, I am going to finish that audiobook between now and a few days. I'm still really enjoying it. I think it's hilarious. I've made the most progress the last few days in this one. I've mostly listened to the audiobook, but I keep paging back to see the beautiful illustrations because it's so much fun to look at them. I think the tone of voice of this book is especially really fun. It's somewhere in between sort of Robin Hobb-esque like discovery and more cozy fantasy, so I really love that it sort of combines those two things that I'm most fond of in fantasy fiction. And next to that, it's also really funny, and I love the dynamics between the main character and everybody else. She's very headstrong and sort of sharp, and it's very fun to read about a character like that. And it's also really fun to learn about dragons and like her discovery of dragons, and I'm just having a great time. Okay, so those were my reading updates, and now I have a little illumicrate unboxing. Yay! Thank you so much, illumicrate, for sending me this box. And yeah, let's unbox it. So illumicrate is a fantasy book subscription service. You get a fantasy book and a lot of fantasy book related goodies, and it's always so much fun to unbox these like a little gift to yourself. So this is the February box, and the theme is Into the Fire. You always get this little booklet which has all the information inside of what is inside the box. Not gonna look at that just yet because I want to be surprised. Okay, so the first thing I see is immediately very exciting. It says illumicrate glass water bottle. That is so cool. They have really been coming out with some really high quality items recently, which is just the most fun. If it's actually practical and something you can use. So let's take a look at this. Whoa. Oh, that looks really cool. Okay, that is so cool. Okay, so it's this water bottle, and it's got like this sort of soft jacket on to protect it, and it looks like fire, magic. I think you can slide this off. Oh my god, that's adorable. Look. That's really pretty. It has a quote by Madeleine L'Engle. A book too can be a star, a living star to lighten the darkness, leading out into the expanding universe. And it seems there's some sort of filter in it as well. I'm not sure what that's for, but I bet it's good. That's really exciting. This is stunning. I'm very excited about this, and it's so cute that it has this little cover as well. That's really nice. Okay, the next thing I see in here is an illumicrate zipper charm. Oh, that's so cute. You can put it on your zipper. Of course, that makes sense. It's called a zipper charm. This was inspired by Legendborn, which I've also read, but it's been a really long time, so I don't really remember all the details, but it's definitely very cute. Love any dragon items. Really goes with the theme of the dragon book I'm reading right now as well. The next thing I see is this little box, and it says illumicrate book lamp. So if this is what I think it is, I'm about to be really excited, but of course I don't know. This box is really going above and beyond, honestly. It looks like a hard drive. Oh, that is so cute. I can't take it. Okay, so it's not what I thought it was, but I'm still really excited about this. And it's stunning. Look, it's so beautiful. And then the back has got this more orangey color. I'm so excited. You can't really see because it's so bright in my room. You can't really tell on camera, but I can see that it's lighting up, and it's so cute. Oh my god. I don't know where I'm gonna put this, but I'm very pleased. What is this? Oh, I think it's a sort of cover for your hardcover books. So you can like clip them in on this side and on the other, and then you have like a nice booklet for your book. That's quite practical, and it feels really high quality as well. And of course, again, stunning illustrations. Then we have the letter from the author, which I'm not going to read just yet. Okay, so this is Song of Silver Flame Like Night by Amélie Wenzhou. It looks absolutely stunning. Have you seen that? That is so beautiful. A little goblin has appeared. It's my sister. Okay, so
it changes colours.
Yeah, we discovered that if you open it and then you close it and open it again, it's a different colour. We are very excited about this.
We were screaming.
Yeah, we stood in the hallway and we were like, ah! So definitely an item we really enjoy. So I was just showing you guys A Song of Silver Flame Like Night, which is the book this month. And I just walked out to Julia to show her the sprayed edges because this is absolutely so beautiful. Like one of the most beautiful sprayed edges art things I've ever seen. It seamlessly sort of matches the cover, but it's just absolutely stunning. And I saw that it was signed by the author as well, and it has some art, and I think there's also art on the cover. Oh my god. Sorry, but that is literally the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I really hope this becomes my favourite book because this is like so beautiful. Oh my god, look at that turtle! Oh, he's so cute. Okay, so let me read to you what this book is about. In a fallen kingdom, one girl carries the key to discovering the secrets of her nation's past and unleashing the demons that sleep at its heart. Once, Lan had a different name. Now she goes by the one that the Atlantean colonizers gave her. She spends her days scavenging for remnants of the past, for anything that might help her understand the strange mark burned into her arm by her mother in her last act before she died. No one can see the mysterious mark until the night Zen appears at the tea house and saves her life. Zen is a practitioner, one of the fabled magicians of the Last Kingdom, whose abilities were rumoured to be drawn from the demons they communed with. Magic believed to be long lost. Magic to be hidden at all costs. Both Lan and Zen have secrets buried deep within. Fate has connected them, but their destiny remains unwritten. Both hold the power to liberate their land, and both hold the power to destroy the world. Okay, that sounds very cool. As we know, I love a good magic book, and this book is just absolutely stunning. Just look at this map. Everything about this book is so beautiful. I'm very excited to have received this one. It's absolutely stunning, and oh, just look at it. It's so beautiful. What a good box. What a good box. I've just read the letter from the author, and I just want to read like a few sentences from it. Dear reader, I grew up in Beijing with stories of legendary heroes and immortals, gods and demons, all steeped in the rich heritage of my people's histories, religions, and cultures. I really want to read this. I'm so excited. Everything in this box was absolutely stunning. Thank you so much again to illumicrate for sending me this, and hereby I also want to close off this vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed sort of seeing a bit into my life and hearing me talk about my reads. I hope you have a wonderful day, and that I'll see you again in the next video. Bye guys!